If you're a heat and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what's sales fade? And what do you need to know about? Why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento. All right, so sales fade. Everybody has a different sales process. Your energy is going to change from the time that you start your presentation to the time that you end it. Now, there are multiple different ways to line this out. I'm going to give you like the 3 most common. You could probably come up with like 27 more. The key for you is to figure out what your process is depending upon A, the time of day, B, if you're hungry, C, if you're frustrated, okay? So these are all the elements that are at the top will influence sales fade. So let's say I have a 9 a.m. appointment. Well, if I am a morning person at 9 a.m., I'm probably going to be at the top of my game. I've been up for a few hours. I have a lot of attention span, and I can probably evenly go through a 9 a.m. appointment from start to finish and be perfectly fine, okay? Let's say that it gets closer to lunch. And let's say you start your appointment around 12 or 1. Depending upon who you are. So this example may or may not fit. You start your appointment at 12 and you're all the way up here. And then you slowly start to decline. So by the time that you get to your closing process, asking for the moolah, asking for the money, you're tired. Okay? This is sales fade. This is everything that has to do with your sales process, because if you're not paying attention, you have a high probability of losing that deal. So here is what you do about this. 1, you pay attention to when you have the most amount of energy. 2, you pay attention to when you start just losing your attention or your ability to maintain attention in the sales process. And 3, or C, if you're following along, you make sure that you eat before or after a sales presentation, and that could be sugar. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm not a therapist. So consult with whatever group of people that you got to get this figured out, okay? And this right here is why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel. Go to that URL, type it in, drop in your name, your email address, probably your phone number. I don't know. 3 pieces of information. I send out 2 emails a week. Nothing like crazy every day, all right? So, sales fade gets towards the end of the day. You're tired. You've had lots of frustrations. You've had people call and cancel. You've had people complain. You've had price increases. You've had manufacturers tell you, oh, we can't get that part. You've had job shift. Like, you start throwing the whole day in. You've met with 2 yahoos. You had a knucklehead stand you up. You had somebody waste your time. All of these issues, problems, worries, fears start adding on to sales fade. And it may be tougher for you to pay attention. It may be tougher for you to get to the point. Now, all right, so I'm going to give you my example. I typically get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I go to the gym. I go and I work out. There's a couple things that I have to do around the office, things that I got to check in on reports, content that I got to create, items I got to put out. And at 9 a.m. in the morning, I'm typically teaching a class from 9 till 10:30. I typically teach for 9 to 10:30, or I take on my first client for consulting at 9. And I am like on it. Boom, I'm on it, okay? And then I sometimes will have a 11 o'clock appointment, and like I can feel my body speed, and I've still got really good attention, but not super excellent. It's there probably till about 1 o'clock. Like I am good, and at 1 o'clock I start rounding. So I start having issues. I start having problems. I start having the ability to not pay attention unless I take a quick nap. If I can get a 30-minute nap in, it's like instant reset for me. It's an instant, like, here we go. Now, I'm not you. You're not me. So what you're going to want to do is over the next couple of days, start mapping out when you are on the best for your call. Start mapping out when you are the best. Fantastic. When I managed a sales team, we took 1,000 data points, 1,000 leads, and we ran them through, like, what's the highest closing rate? When is the highest closing rate? And we were able to figure out what time, what appointment was the most valuable. So we layered the appointments inside the organization based upon statistical trends of when the best closing time was. Sales fade for you is going to be completely different than sales fade for me. But you got to have a game plan of how to deal with this. You got to have a game plan of how to fix this. Sales fade can happen because you drank too much the night before. Sales fade can happen because you didn't get enough sleep. Sales fade can happen because there's stress going on in your life. It's not just what's going on in the day. There is all the things that encompass it, but pay attention. Pay attention to what causes you to not perform in a sales call. And this is the type of stuff that most people don't think about. You got one of three things to do from here, just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.